You've been seeking loud breakthroughs, flashy motivation, and instant results. Wrong move. Quiet discipline is the silent weapon top achievers use every single day to build unstoppable momentum and unshakable success. Today, you will learn how to wield that weapon, master your habits, and dominate life not with noise, but with consistent, silent power. This is the ultimate mental edge you've been missing. Chapter 1. Stop waiting for motivation. Create ruthless discipline. You have been lied to. You have been sold the myth that motivation is the secret sauce, that it's the fire you wait for before you act, that you have to feel like doing something to start doing it. That couldn't be further from the truth. Motivation is a spark, it's a flash of energy. It's lightning in a storm, unpredictable, unreliable, and fleeting. Motivation comes and goes. It's weak. It burns out. It leaves you stranded when you need to move the most. You can wait all day for that spark to strike. You can wait until you feel like it. You'll be waiting forever. That's the trap. Here's the truth that separates those who fail from the relentless achievers. Discipline wins when motivation wanes. Discipline is the steady engine that keeps running when motivation dies. Discipline is the quiet, ruthless, unyielding force that builds champions, leaders, legends. Discipline is not about feeling like it. Discipline is about showing up, every day, no matter what. Let me say it again because this is the key. Discipline wins when motivation wanes. When the thrill of wanting to do it slips away, discipline carries you forward. You don't need to feel it. You don't need to crave it. Discipline is a commitment you make to yourself. It's a non-negotiable rule you set. It's not about willpower or brute force. It's about creating routines so automatic and so ingrained that failure to act feels unnatural. Look at elite athletes. Michael Jordan didn't wait to feel like practicing 3 hours a day. He disciplined himself to do it day after day. Serena Williams didn't wait to feel motivated before stepping on the court at dawn. She disciplined herself to rise and grind regardless. Success is not about occasional bursts of passion. It's about relentless, day in, day out discipline. CEOs, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, none of them waited for motivation. They created the systems, the habits, the environments that forced progress. They crushed excuses with discipline. That's the difference between those who dream and those who own the dream. So what do? You start by programming your environment. You make it harder to quit and easier to continue. You use repetition until these routines become automatic. You design a daily ritual, wake up, make your bed, set your goals, work without distraction, no exceptions. That's discipline. No feelings required. You have a choice. Wait for motivation that may never come or create ruthless discipline that carries you forward always. The choice is yours. Remember, motivation fades. Discipline remains. You don't need their permission to show up. You don't need a flame to set you on fire. The power is in your hands. Create the habit. Live in the discipline. Now let me emphasize what this doesn't mean. It's not about being perfect every day. It's not about never slipping. It's not about beating yourself when you fail. It's about consistency over perfection. You fall 7 times, get up 8. That's discipline. You build the habit muscle 1 rep at a time. The goal is unstoppable momentum. Here's a simple behavioral instruction you must follow. Pick one key activity that moves you closer to your goal. Commit to doing it daily without fail, even on your worst day, even when motivation is 0. That's the start of ruthless discipline. If you miss one day, get back immediately. Don't negotiate. Don't rationalize. Discipline wins only if it's unbroken. Repeat this mantra. Discipline wins when motivation wanes. Say it aloud daily. Program it into your mind. Use it to silence doubts and excuses. This is the mental edge, the silent weapon, the game changer. Let me give you a real-world example. Dwayne, "The Rock" Johnson starts his training at 4 a.m. every single day. He doesn't wait for motivation. He's disciplined because discipline creates progress even when motivation is absent. He builds momentum with that daily commitment, and momentum is unstoppable once you have it. You don't need motivation waiting in the wings. You need discipline on center stage. This is how legendary success stories are written. One silent, disciplined act at a time. Here's your transformation challenge. Stop waiting to feel like it. Stop blaming lack of motivation. Start building discipline that drives you. Schedule your routines. Make showing up your only goal. Block distractions that kill your discipline. Protect your time fiercely. Remember, motivation is a spark, unreliable and fleeting. Discipline is the steady engine of success. Discipline wins when motivation wanes. You have a choice to wait or to act now. You don't need permission. Discipline is yours to own. This chapter taught you to stop waiting, to start acting, and to build ruthless discipline as your foundation. You're no longer a passenger waiting for motivation. You're the driver taking control. This is the first critical step toward quiet discipline, the silent weapon of high achievers. Now that you have created ruthless discipline, it's time to learn how to harness the real power of slow and steady effort. Consistency beats intensity every time. You mastered motivation and discipline. Now, let's talk about why consistency dominates effort. Chapter 2. Embrace the power of consistency over intensity. You think big bursts of energy will get you to the top faster. You think going all out every day is the answer. You believe you need to feel on fire to make real progress. Here's the harsh truth: that's dead wrong. Relying on intensity is a trap. It burns you out. It creates peaks and valleys. It throws you off balance. Intensity is not reliable. It's not sustainable. You have a choice. You can chase the flashy highs that fade fast, or you can embrace the silent, steady power of consistency. That's the key. Consistency destroys unpredictability. It builds momentum. It stacks small wins day after day into unstoppable growth. Listen closely. Consistency beats intensity every time. Repeat it. Program it into your mind. When motivation dips, when energy is low, when obstacles hit, consistency is what keeps you moving, not a sudden surge or rare lightning bolt. Consistency, no exceptions. Consider the power of the 1% rule. Improve by 1% every single day. On the surface, tiny, but compounded over weeks and months, explosive. This isn't theory, it's science. Jim Collins' research on great companies shows they thrive on accumulated small improvements, not giant leaps. The same applies to you. Now, here is what transformational change looks like: showing up daily, doing the work. No matter your mood, no matter your doubts, you don't need permission from anyone. You don't need to feel ready or inspired. You simply show up. You take one consistent step forward. That's discipline in action. Real-world proof. Look at Warren Buffett. The legendary investor follows simple, consistent rules for investing every day. No drama, no chasing, just disciplined, consistent actions over decades. That's why he's a billionaire today. That's the silent weapon of success. You think you can skip days and catch up later? Wrong. Skipping days derails momentum. One missed session triggers excuses, then two, then a week. Before you know it, you're back at square one. Consistency doesn't tolerate mercy. Be ruthless with your commitments. Win each day. Repeat after me. It's not about bursts of effort, it's about relentless consistency. Say it daily. When the fire burns low, remind yourself. Consistency wins the war, intensity wins battles. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Here's the behavioral instruction that guarantees transformation. Schedule your work in small, consistent blocks. Break big goals into manageable daily tasks. No grand gestures needed, just relentless daily progress. For example, if you want to write a book, write 300 words daily. If you want to improve fitness, train 30 minutes daily. This is how you program unstoppable discipline. Don't let the myth of go hard or go home fool you. It's a shortcut to quitting. Consistency means honoring the process, even when it's boring, even when you want to give up. The silent discipline to do the minimum necessary daily beats dramatic efforts followed by burnout every single time. Let me give you another example. Consider the habits of NBA superstar Steph Curry. He doesn't rely on occasional intense workouts to stay the best. He trains consistently, day after day, repeating the basics until perfect. That's how he became the best shooter in history. Consistency is his backbone. You also need to ruthlessly kill distractions that threaten your consistency. Social media, multitasking, interruptions, they break your flow. Silent discipline means protecting your time with brutal efficiency. Block distraction time. Create rituals that cue consistent action. You don't need their permission to guard your focus. You have a choice. Keep chasing the thrill of bursts or build quiet discipline with consistent, disciplined effort. That's the difference between quitting and winning, between chaos and control, between noise and power. Remember, this chapter is about embracing the power of small, consistent actions. To transform your mindset, you must stop waiting for motivation or big bursts of inspiration. You must commit to the daily grind. You must build momentum that won't quit. Here's a crucial reminder: progress is not linear. Some days feel slow. Some days feel impossible. That's why consistent effort matters. Even slow progress is progress. Let your consistency speak louder than your doubts. Now take a moment and ask yourself, what consistent action can you commit to today? No excuses. No delays. This is your foundation for the silent weapon of high achievers. To recap, intensity burns out. Consistency builds unstoppable momentum. Consistency beats intensity every time. Program this mantra. You have a choice: chase bursts or own steady growth. Protect your time and rituals fiercely. Commit to daily, manageable actions, no exceptions. You learned how to create ruthless discipline in Chapter 1. Now, you're mastering the art of steady, relentless consistency. This is the secret multiplier of all your efforts and the silent engine behind every high achiever. You mastered ruthless discipline. You embraced consistency. Next, it's time to address the biggest enemy of discipline: external noise and the addiction to validation. Now, let's move forward. Chapter 3. Silence the noise. Avoid validation addiction. You live in a world drowning in noise. Social media alerts, likes, shares, comments, constant feedback loops demanding your attention, approval, recognition, validation. This noise is a poison for your discipline. It distracts you. It weakens you. It steals your focus. Worse, it creates dependency, an addiction to approval that controls your actions. That's toxic. You have a choice. You can become a slave to their applause, or you can master yourself silently. That's the key. Silent discipline isn't flashy. It doesn't demand crowd approval. It's the ability to work relentlessly even when no one sees, even when no one praises you. It's working while the world sleeps. It's grinding when the spotlight's off. You don't need their permission. You don't need their validation. Repeat this: your worth isn't in their applause, it's in your action. Your value is not wrapped in likes or comments. It's in what you do consistently, quietly, when no one is watching. Many people fall into the trap of seeking validation because it's easy. It feels good temporarily. But that feeling is a lie. It blinds you from real growth. It makes you chase shallow goals. It pulls your attention away from what truly matters. And it makes you fragile, dependent on the mood of others. True power is independent of external validation. Think about the world's greatest achievers. They didn't rise because of applause. They rose despite silence, criticism, and loneliness. They mastered themselves before mastering any crowd. This chapter is about cutting off the noise that pulls you off course, about dismantling the validation addiction that destroys discipline. It's time to reclaim your autonomy. Here, how you do it. First, reduce your exposure to noise. Turn off social media notifications. Set strict limits on non-essential screen time. Create blocks in your day dedicated to focused work without interruptions. You must guard your mental space with ruthless discipline. Second, reset your self-worth. Practice valuing your efforts, not the feedback you get. Start journaling your daily wins, private victories only for you. Repeat the mantra: your value is in your action, not applause. Third, practice quiet work. Set small goals that you accomplish without telling a soul. No updates, no posts, just silent, consistent progress. This builds internal accountability, the ultimate form of discipline. You don't need permission to work in silence. You don't need anyone's approval to choose your path. Every moment spent seeking validation is a moment stolen from your discipline and growth. Stop asking. Start doing. Real-world example. J.K. Rowling wrote the first Harry Potter book while wrestling with rejection and obscurity. She didn't seek applause mid-process. She focused silently on the work. That discipline made her legendary. Here's another. Elon Musk works long hours, often unnoticed and unpraised during grueling development phases. His value comes from relentless, silent work, not constant validation. Repeat again, your worth is not in applause, it's in your action. This is the cornerstone of silent discipline. When you internalize this, you break free from emotional highs and lows tied to others' opinions. You have a choice every day. Distract yourself chasing applause or focus silently on your craft. That choice defines your future. Now, what must you stop doing? Stop sharing incomplete work prematurely looking for praise. Stop measuring your progress by likes or reactions. Stop agreeing to distractions just to feel seen. Instead, double down on silent progress. Celebrate private victories. Build invisible habits that no one else can take away. This is your fortress. One practical step, choose one task a day to complete in total silence. No announcements, no feedback request, just finish it, then move to the next. Build trust with yourself. That is self-command. Let's be clear, this discipline isn't easy. It means resisting the social pressure to perform for others. It means embracing solitude. It means trusting yourself utterly. But that trust is freedom. Freedom from anxiety, distractions, and emotional triggers. Freedom to focus on what moves the needle. Remember, discipline is internal. External noise is a dead end. Silent work builds results that last because they come from you, not the crowd. To recap, validation addiction steals your focus and weakens discipline. Silent discipline means working when no one watches or applauds. You don't need their permission to build your success. Reduce noise, reset self-worth, and practice quiet work daily. Choose silent progress over fleeting applause every time. You learned ruthless discipline and masterful consistency. Now, you're silencing the external noise to sharpen your internal drive. Next, master mental toughness through daily mini-challenges. You've parked the distraction. Time to build the steel inside. Chapter 4. Build mental toughness with daily mini-challenges. Most people run from discomfort. They avoid pain like it's poison. They seek comfort and ease at every turn. That's weakness, plain and simple. You have a choice. You can keep running toward comfort and fail to grow, or you can learn the truth. You grow strong by walking through discomfort, not avoiding it. That's the key. Mental toughness doesn't come from winning easy battles. It's forged in daily confrontations with small pains and setbacks you choose to face. You don't need grand crises to build toughness. The Stoics knew this. Daily discipline, daily testing, daily endurance. It's the small, deliberate challenges that build invincible minds. Take Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. He didn't wait for big problems to build strength. He practiced patience, restraint, and endurance every day in small ways. Did cold water shock, resisted impulses, accepted hardship without complaint. These daily mini-challenges shaped a mind no enemy could break. Military training is the same drill. Soldiers build toughness by enduring daily exercises pushing physical and mental limits. It's repetition, it's ritual. Pain becomes predictable, even conquered. This is not luck. It's silent discipline made real. You have a choice every day. Seek comfort or deliberately face a discomfort. That's the mental toughness test. Take small cold showers. Skip an easy snack. Push yourself 5 more minutes when tired. Choose silence instead of distraction. These mini challenges train your pain threshold, your focus, your willpower. When you embrace discomfort, you rewrite your mindset. You prove to yourself you're stronger than your urges, fears, and excuses. You build a shield against future adversity. This habit transforms your life silently but powerfully. Repeat, you grow strong by walking through discomfort, not avoiding it. Say it 3 times next time you want to quit or take the easy way out. Make it your internal mantra. Let it silence the weak voice inside begging for ease. Here's a real-world example. Jocko Willink, former Navy SEAL, rose to leadership by pushing through relentless daily discipline. He sets his alarm for 4, 6:30 a.m. every day, not because he feels like it, but because he's deliberately choosing hardship. He runs, works out, and plans his day before most people rise. That daily hardship built steel mental toughness. That's discipline. Daily mini challenges train your mind like muscles in a gym. Skip the challenge, lose the strength. Meet the challenge, gain power. It's not about giant obstacles. It's about consistent, deliberate discomfort. That's the real work invisible to others. That's the silent weapon. You don't need permission to make your life harder in controlled ways. You don't need to suffer blindly. You need to choose your discomfort. You control the process. You control your growth. Stop running from opportunity to grow. Stop waiting for problems to force toughness. Take control by scheduling mini challenges daily. Cold showers, meditation, fasting, social detachment, physical exertion, silence, anything that edges you out of comfort. This is where lazy minds break. You don't have one. You choose toughness. You choose discipline. Here's a practical transformation. Start a discomfort daily habit. Pick one challenge today. Simple, achievable, measurable, do it now. Commit yourself to this daily. Build that mental callus. Remember, mental toughness is not a trait you're born with. It's a skill you build with every uncomfortable choice. Each time you lean into hardship, you lay bricks on your fortress. Visualize this: a mind steel strong enough to endure criticism without flinching, enough to stay focused amid chaos, enough to push beyond pain long after others quit. This comes from grinding through many small discomforts daily. Don't mistake this for abuse or needless suffering. Mental toughness is a balanced, conscious choice. It's not despair, it's power. It's not weakness, it's strength. Repeat again. You grow strong by walking through discomfort, not avoiding it. You have a choice. Surrender to comfort and fade, or embrace silent, daily struggle and rise. That struggle is your path to unstoppable discipline and resilience. Let's be brutally clear. Life will throw hardship at you regardless. It's inevitable. What discipline gives you is control over how you face that hardship. You don't need their permission. You don't need a crisis to prove yourself. Start small. Start now. Recap the key points. Mental toughness grows from deliberate, daily mini challenges. Walking through discomfort builds strength. Avoidance breeds weakness. You have a choice to embrace struggle or avoid it. Stoics and warriors build this toughness through ritual and repetition. Start your own small discomfort challenge today without fail. You mastered quiet discipline, embraced relentless consistency. Silence distracting validation. Now, steel your mind daily with small trials. You've taken control. You've chosen silent discipline. Next up, mastering your emotions to stop reactive destruction and start powerful response. Chapter 5. Master emotional control. React less, respond more. You are not your emotions. You have a choice. Either you let your emotions control your actions, or you control your emotions and choose your actions. That's the key. Emotional control is the silent backbone of every high achiever. It separates leaders from followers, winners from quitters. Without control, emotion becomes chaos. It fuels regret, damage, and missed opportunities. Emotion without control destroys. Control without emotion empowers. Repeat that. Let it sink in. When you master your emotional responses, you gain power few possess. Look around. The world punishes the untrained emotional reactor. People lose jobs, relationships, and respect over snap decisions made in anger, fear, or frustration. But the most successful professionals, firefighters, surgeons, CEOs, train themselves to pause, breathe, and respond deliberately. That pause is silent discipline in action. Here, how you master emotional control. Step 1. Recognize the moment before reaction. Notice when you start to feel triggered, the heat in your chest, the rush of thoughts. This awareness creates space. Without awareness, emotion hijacks you immediately. Step 2. Pause. Take a deep breath, not once but multiple times if needed. This simple action calms your nervous system, allowing reason to resurface. In high-stress jobs, this pause prevents errors and disaster. Step 3. Choose your response. You don't need to react instantly or emotionally. You have a choice. You don't need their permission to decide how you respond. Silence the impulsive voice. Select the response that serves your long-term goals, not short-term urges. Repeat, emotion without control destroys, control without emotion empowers. Commit this phrase to memory. Use it to reset your mind whenever emotions surge. Consider firefighters entering burning buildings. Their training drills them to stay calm under extreme stress. Panic means failure. Silence and control save lives. You can apply the same mentality to your daily battles. Your mental discipline is your fireproof suit. Or consider surgeons performing complex operations. Emotional outbursts during critical moments cost lives. The discipline to respond calmly, no matter the pressure, is what defines mastery. You have the same capacity. It's not natural, it's learned and honed through repetition. Like any skill, emotional control requires practice. Here, how to train. First, identify your emotional triggers. Is it criticism, conflict, stress? Recognize what provokes you. Awareness is power. Second, practice the pause-breathe-choose method daily. Even in low-stakes situations, train your mind to delay reaction. This builds neurological pathways to habitually respond, not react. Third, incorporate grounding techniques. Focus on physical sensations, feet on the ground, air in your lungs. This drags your mind out of emotional chaos and back to control. Fourth, reflect daily on moments you controlled your emotion well and moments you didn't. Learn without judgment. Build better responses incrementally. This reflection strengthens discipline. You don't need to suppress emotions. That's the flaw many fall into. Suppression leads to explosion later. Instead, discipline means mastering the flow, feeling the emotion, then choosing the best action. Transform your mindset. Emotion is data, not dictator. Feel it. Acknowledge it. Decide how to use it. Make your emotions work for you, not against you. You have a choice each day. Be the reactor, tossed by feelings like a leaf in a storm, or be the calm center, deciding your direction free of emotional chaos. One real-world application. Next time conflict arises at work or home, practice the pause. Breathe deeply before speaking or acting. Notice the urge to lash out or withdraw. Choose instead to respond thoughtfully. This small act builds silent discipline that over time reshapes your entire life. Remember, instant emotional reaction is the enemy of discipline and success. Train yourself to respond, deliberately and deliberately only. You don't need anyone's permission to take control. The power is yours right now. Summarize the lesson. Emotional control separates winners from reactive losers. Emotion without control destroys. Control without emotion empowers. Pause, breathe, and choose your response deliberately. Train daily to notice triggers and override immediate reactions. Use grounding and reflection to strengthen emotional discipline. You mastered mental toughness in Chapter 4 through discomfort. Now you're mastering emotional toughness through control. Silent discipline grows stronger. Up next, we safeguard your power with relentless focus. Chapter 6. The discipline of focus. Kill distractions relentlessly. Distractions are the silent killers of discipline. They creep in, fragment your attention, and steal your most precious resource, mental bandwidth. You have a choice. You either let distractions dictate your day or you guard your focus with ruthless discipline. That's the key. Focus is your most valuable silent weapon. Guard it fiercely. Repeat that. Focus is not just a skill, it's a lifeline. Without it, your efforts scatter like dust in the wind. With it, you become unstoppable. This chapter is about reclaiming your attention and weaponizing your focus. Look around. The world fights for your attention. Social media, endless notifications, emails, ads, they're designed to hijack your mind. Each distraction chips away your ability to concentrate, hurting your productivity, your decisions, your progress. The cost? Your dreams delayed, your potential capped. This is not a small threat. Research shows it takes an average of 23 minutes to regain focus after each interruption. If you're interrupting yourself every few minutes, you're wasting hours daily without realizing it. That's sabotage. It's self-destruction disguised as multitasking. It's not about willpower alone. It's about silent discipline, that unbreakable routine and environment crafted to protect focus. This is not nice to have. It's essential. Top performers understand this. Tim Ferriss, author and entrepreneur, uses strict focus rituals, scheduled blocks of distraction-free work, devices off, boundaries set, so he can dive deep into tasks fully. Elon Musk schedules his day in 5-minute increments to protect laser-sharp focus on priorities. These aren't accidents. They are deliberate disciplines. You don't need permission to create such an environment. You have full control. Here's how you kill distractions. First, eliminate digital noise. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Use apps that block social media during work hours. Close unused browser tabs. Your brain is not a multitasking machine. Give it a fighting chance. Second, create time blocks. Work sequentially in focused stretches, Pomodoro style or longer. No email, no phone, no interruptions. Treat these blocks as sacred appointments with yourself. Third, design your workspace for focus. Clear clutter, keep only what's necessary. Silence your phone or leave it in another room. The visual and physical environment drives mental habits. Fourth, plan your day by priority, not urgency. There's a difference. Urgency steals focus for trivial tasks. Priority ensures energy goes to meaningful work. Repeat daily. Focus is your most valuable silent weapon. Guard it fiercely. Real-world examples reinforce this discipline. Warren Buffett turns off his phone and isolates himself when making critical decisions. No calls, no distractions, pure focus. That's how billion-dollar deals happen. Serena Williams follows a strict pre-match routine that blocks out all distractions, letting her enter a focused state of flow. Distraction kills champions. You can't build silent discipline without defending your focus aggressively. Stop fooling yourself thinking you can keep up with distracting habits and still perform at your best. It's an illusion and a trap. If you want transformation, you must be brutal with distractions. You have a choice. Scatter your attention or concentrate with laser precision. Choose to own your mental bandwidth. Actions you must take now. Schedule your day in focused intervals with real breaks. Turn off all unnecessary alerts and notifications. Clear your work environment of clutter and distractions. Say no to multitasking. It destroys discipline and results. Review weekly how well you guarded your focus and improve relentlessly. It's not about perfect focus every minute. It's about relentless effort to protect it as fiercely as a warrior defends his ground. Focus builds momentum. Momentum builds mastery. Lack of focus guarantees stagnation. Remember, distractions steal your mental energy quietly and constantly. Silent discipline means protecting your focus as a non-negotiable asset. You don't need anyone's permission to set strict boundaries and rituals. Top performers design their lives around ruthless focus. Guard your mental bandwidth with absolute discipline. You mastered emotional control before. Now you've built the armor of focus. Next, learn how to lock your success into your life with unbreakable daily rituals. Chapter 7. Ritualize success. Build daily habits that cement victory. You want success? Stop relying on willpower alone. That's a losing game. Willpower fades. Discipline alone struggles without structure. Here's the truth. You have a choice. You can grind with chaos and inconsistency, or you can build rigid daily rituals that make success automatic. That's the key. Rituals are not magic. They are the machines that produce results silently and steadily. When you ritualize success, you remove decision fatigue. You remove excuses. You remove the question, do I feel like it today? Your success behaviors run on autopilot. This chapter is about creating these silent machines, daily habits so ingrained they move you closer to victory every hour. You don't need permission to design your day this way. It's your life. You own the rules. Let me be clear, rituals are your fortress. Without them, you become vulnerable to distraction, weakness, and failure. With them, you defend your focus and your discipline every single day. Repeat this often. Win your day, win your life. This is not a slogan, it's a strategy. Success is won in the details of your daily routine. It's won when you consistently do right by yourself, day in and day out. World-class performers live by this principle. Tony Robbins wakes up at 4 a.m. and performs a strict morning ritual, breathing exercises, visualization, planning. His rituals prepare his mind and body for massive results. Olympic champions follow rituals that train their bodies and minds into automatic excellence. Michael Phelps did the same warm-up and mental prep before every race. These rituals insulated him from distractions, doubts, and pressure. You don't have to be famous to ritualize success. You can create your own blueprint. Start by carving your day into predictable, disciplined blocks. Wake-up routines, work sessions, breaks, reflection moments. Rinse and repeat relentlessly. Day after day, your habits compound. The mental energy spent resisting discipline drops to zero because rituals make discipline your default state. Silent and unstoppable. Here's your transformation guide. First, identify your keystone habits, those small rituals that spark positive chain reactions. For example, making your bed every morning sets the tone for order and accomplishment. It's simple but powerful. Second, schedule your day down to the hour. Plan activities and rituals in advance. This reduces decision fatigue and screens out distractions because you already know what's next. Commit to following this plan no matter what. Third, add mental and physical rituals that prepare you for success. Meditation, journaling, stretching, breathing. These ground you. They anchor your mind in purpose. Fourth, commit to ritual consistency. No exceptions. The results come only from repetition. One missed ritual breaks momentum, 2 misses become a habit of neglect. Guard your rituals like gold. Repeat win your day, win your life, every morning and evening. Use it to propel you through resistance and excuses. Many fail here because they misunderstand discipline. It's not about beating yourself down. It's about creating supportive structures. Examples prove this. Tim Ferriss credits his success to morning rituals that remove friction between intention and action. Oprah Winfrey emphasizes the power of consistent rituals for emotional balance and productivity. You have the capacity to ritualize success today. It's not hard, it's not complicated, it's committed, it's relentless. You don't need permission. Start with one small ritual tomorrow morning. Own it. Build from there. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop improvising your day. Stop allowing chaos to steal your outcomes. Remember, without rituals, discipline weakens and failure grows. Rituals automate success behaviors, no willpower needed. Win your day, win your life is the core mantra to live by. Identify keystone rituals, schedule your day, and enforce with ruthless consistency. World-class performers don't hope, they ritualize. You mastered focus in Chapter 6. Now you're locking success into your life with powerful habits. Next, we'll build your boundaries. Learn to say no with discipline to protect your time and energy. Chapter 8. Learn to say no. Protect your time with ironclad boundaries. Discipline is not just about doing more, it's equally about doing less. You have a choice. You can say yes to every demand, every distraction, every request, or you can say no and protect your energy like a high-value asset. That's the key. Saying no is the core act of silent discipline. It guards your time, focus, and mental bandwidth, all critical to winning. Too many people confuse politeness with weakness. They fear saying no because they want others to like them or avoid conflict. That's the flaw. It's not about being rude. It's about being relentless with your priorities and boundaries. It's about discipline. You don't need their permission to say no. You have full authority over your schedule, your energy, and your life. Repeat this often. No is a complete sentence. Use it to defend your discipline. This phrase must become your shield whenever pressure to overcommit hits. No explanations needed. No apologies required. No second guessing. Just a firm, clear no. Look at the success stories. Warren Buffett has famously said his ability to say no is critical to his success. He filters opportunities ruthlessly and rejects anything that dilutes focus. Jeff Bezos credits much of Amazon's dominance to his disagree and commit plus no to distractions culture. They guard their boundaries mercilessly. You can do the same. If you want to build silent discipline, you must protect yourself from energy drains. These drains come as endless requests for your time, favors you don't owe, meetings you hate, distractions disguised as opportunities. Every yes you give to the wrong thing is a no you give to what truly matters. Here's the transformation formula. First, clarify your priorities. You can't say no effectively if you don't know what yes means. What are your non-negotiables? What activities serve your goals? What habits support your discipline? Write them down and keep them front and center. Second, when requests come, pause before answering. Evaluate through the lens of your priorities and energy. If it doesn't fit, say no. Repeat silently. No is a complete sentence. Third, practice firm but polite refusals. You don't owe lengthy explanations or justifications. A simple, no, I'm unable to commit to that right now, is enough. People respect clear boundaries more than weak acceptance. Fourth, address guilt and social pressure head-on. Feeling bad for saying no is normal, but it's a trap. You have a choice to put your growth first. That's discipline. That's power. Let me share a real-world example. Oprah Winfrey routinely says no to invitations and distractions that don't align with her vision. She protects her time to maintain her energy and focus. That discipline sustains her empire. Another example, Bill Gates built his early career on ruthless prioritization, constantly saying no to distractions and less important projects. Without that boundary discipline, Microsoft would not be what it is today. Saying no also applies to your inner critic, the mental distractions pulling you away from focus. Say no to negative thoughts. Say no to procrastination temptations. Say no to that self-sabotage voice. These internal no's are just as important as external ones. Repeat again. No is a complete sentence. Use it to defend your discipline. You have a choice every day to dilute your focus with endless yeses or guard your time with hard no's. Discipline demands the latter. No halfway measures. Action steps for transformation. List your top priorities weekly. Know your yes and no lines. Before committing, ask, does this serve my goals or drain my energy? Say no clearly and without apology to anything that doesn't fit. Practice saying no to internal distractions and negative self-talk. Review and reinforce your boundaries daily. It's not about being selfish. It's about being sane and strategic. Your time and energy are finite. Use them wisely. Remember, discipline isn't just about action. It's about inaction too. Saying no enables you to say yes to bigger wins. Boundaries create freedom and allow deep focus. You mastered rituals that cement success. Now, you're protecting that success with ironclad boundaries. Next chapter, internalize accountability to own your results completely. Chapter 9, internalize accountability, own your success and failures. You are the CEO of your own results. Repeat it. You are the CEO of your own results. Own every decision. That is silent discipline. High achievers don't blame others. They don't make excuses. They don't whine about circumstances or luck. They take full responsibility for every outcome in success and failure. You have a choice. You can remain a victim of blame, deflecting responsibility onto everything but yourself. Or you can own your results. That's the key. Accountability is the root of every breakthrough. It breeds humility, growth, and relentless progress. Without it, you remain stuck, powerless, and frustrated. Blaming others or circumstances drains your mental energy. It steals your power. It puts your fate in their hands. That's weakness. Silent discipline means taking the wheel, steering your life with authority. Whether you win or lose, your hands remain on the controls. Pause and ask yourself, how often do you blame external factors when things go wrong? How often do you own your part honestly? This moment of reflection is critical. Growth begins when you stop playing the blame game. You must accept that failure is part of the process, no escape. High performers know this. They don't run from failure, they seek the lesson hidden inside. Owning mistakes is hard. It's uncomfortable, but it's where your power lies. Repeat after me again. You are the CEO of your own results. Own every decision. Make this your daily mantra. Use it to silence excuses that rise up when you want to shift blame. Here's how internal accountability transforms you. First, it builds humility. When you admit mistakes, you strip away ego's shield. This makes learning possible. Growth only happens when you are humble enough to confront uncomfortable truths. Second, it fuels progress. Once you own the problem, you can fix it. Once you own your success, you can replicate it. This focus on solutions moves you relentlessly forward. Third, it cultivates discipline. Accountability turns discipline from external pressure into internal command. You don't need motivation or fear, only the quiet authority of self-control. Let me give you real-world examples. Elon Musk took enormous personal and financial risks to grow Tesla and SpaceX he owned, every failure publicly and privately. This brutal accountability allowed rapid course correction and innovation that others feared. Serena Williams is transparent about owning her losses on the court. She reviews every match meticulously, identifying exactly where she failed. This accountability sharpens her game with discipline. You don't need permission to adopt this mindset. Your results belong to you alone. No one else controls your effort, decisions, or outcome. Let's talk transformation. Stop blaming others immediately. Whenever you catch yourself doing it, snap back with accountability. Ask, what did I do or not do? What must I change? Start keeping a results journal. Each day, honestly record wins and failures, no sugarcoating. Write lessons learned. Write plans to improve. Commit to reviewing and owning your journal weekly. This builds a feedback loop that fuels silent discipline. You've heard me say, you don't need their permission. Now apply it to accountability. No one gives you the right to own your results, you have to take it. Remember, you are responsible for everything you do and don't do. Blame weakens you, ownership empowers you. Humility opens the door for growth. Progress follows relentless accountability. You are the CEO of your own results. Own every decision. You mastered boundaries in Chapter 8. Now, internal accountability will lock you in as the undisputed leader of your life. Your discipline is no longer reactive or external. It's absolute internal ownership. Chapter 10. Keep moving. Silent discipline is a lifetime commitment. Discipline isn't a phase. It's not a quick fix. It's a daily, lifelong commitment. You have a choice. Treat discipline as a short-term project or embrace it as your way of life. That's the key. Silent discipline is relentless persistence, day after day, without shortcuts or excuses. Quick wins feel good. Instant gratification is tempting. But lasting success demands something deeper, unseen, unglamorous consistency over years. That's silent discipline. It's showing up when tired, when bored, when no one applauds. Discipline isn't glamorous. It isn't impressive to watch, but it builds empires that stick. Repeat this mantra. Keep moving silently forward. Success is non-negotiable. Make this your lifelong creed. Say it daily. When resistance builds, when distractions bark, when motivation dips, this mantra will steel your mind to endure. Consider legends who mastered this truth. Warren Buffett, again, the same man who made billions by slow, steady investment over decades. No shortcuts, no hype, just silent discipline compounding results relentlessly. Bruce Lee trained daily, perfectly repeating fundamentals for years, not for instant glory, but a lifetime of mastery. The same principle applies to your life. Mastery requires longevity. You have to accept discipline as a contract with yourself, no end date. Silent, daily work compounds like interest. Momentum builds, you become untouchable. It's not about perfection. It's about persistence. Falling down doesn't disqualify you. Getting back up every day is what counts. Every day you keep moving, you leave behind those who quit. You don't need permission to commit to lifelong discipline. Internal authority rules here. The silent voice that shows up for the grind day in, day out. Here, how you transform your mindset for the long haul. First, stop thinking in quick bursts. Plan in decades, not days. Your habits today plant seeds for 10, 20, 30 years. Stay patient. Trust the process. Second, develop resilience to boredom and setbacks. Discomfort will lurk. Your job is to keep moving despite it. Use your mantra. Keep moving silently forward. Success is non-negotiable. Third, celebrate small wins while keeping eyes on long-term vision. Momentum is built on daily victories stacked over time. Ritualize reflection to track and fuel progress. Fourth, surround yourself with reminders of commitment. Visual triggers, accountability partners, journals. These guard your contract with yourself. Example, Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times inventing the light bulb, but he kept moving silently forward. That relentless commitment changed the world. Example, Marie Curie, who faced immense obstacles and skepticism, persisted for years in her research. Her silent discipline sparked breakthroughs that shaped science forever. You have what it takes to build this legacy mindset. It's not a sprint, it's a lifelong race. You don't need permission to run it. Take ownership now. Remember, discipline is a daily, lifelong commitment without shortcuts. Silent persistence over time leads to unstoppable success. Momentum compounds. Consistency outlasts bursts. You have a choice, every day, to move forward or fall back. Keep moving silently forward. Success is non-negotiable. Your journey started with ruthless discipline in Chapter 1. You built consistency, silence, mental toughness, emotional control, and focus. You ritualized success and protected yourself with boundaries and accountability. Now you own silent discipline for life. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep showing up even when no one watches. That's how legends are made. That's how lives change. That's how you win. You mastered your mental fortress. You chose silent discipline as your weapon. Now use it every day for life.